Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we continue with our chapter number 1, Nature and Concept of Business. In this video, we discuss about classification of business activity. This is the part 3 of chapter number 1. Who have not seen part 1 and 2, first see both the part. It is very helpful to you. In that part, I have discussed the concept of business, types of activities, in part 1 and in part 2 also. This is the same chapter, and I have discussed in that part about classification of economic activity. Okay, now we continue with part 3. In this part we discuss about classification of business activities. Now business activity is classified into two categories: industry and commerce. You can see this is a detailed chart about classification of business activity. So business activity classify main two category: industry and commerce. Again, industry classify into primary, secondary, and tertiary. Again, primary industry classify into two: extractive industry and genetic industry. Secondary industry also classify into two: manufacturing and construction industry. Again, manufacturing industry classify into four category: analytical, synthetical, processing, and assembling. Same way, commerce also classify into two: trade and auxiliaries to trade. Trade classify into two category: internal and external. Internal trade again classify into two: wholesale trade, retail trade. Same way, external trade also classify into import, export, and intraport. Same way, auxiliaries to trade, it is classified into transportation, warehouse, insurance, banking, and finance, advertising. Dear student, in this video, we discuss this all the things one by one in detail in very easy language with example. Now, let's start with the industry. This is the one of the category of the business. Okay, so what is industry? So industry refers to that part of business which is concerned with the production of goods and material. Again, as per chart, you can also see in previous slide, industry may be classified into primary, secondary, and tertiary. So types of industry. So industry classified into three category: primary, secondary, and tertiary. The first part, primary industry. So what is meaning of primary industry? The primary industry means that type of industry engage in extractive production, producing and processing of natural resources. Generally, primary industry concerned with the natural resources. For example, you can see extractive industry and genetic industry. Both are the example of the primary industry. Again, primary industry classify into extractive industry and genetic industry. So first we discuss about extractive industry. So they are engaged in a extraction, means collection of useful material from the earth and sea. For example, mining industry, fishing industry, agriculture industry. This all industry cover under primary industry, and in primary it is cover under the extractive industry. So all natural resources, okay, it is from the earth and sea, okay, you can extract for useful material, then it is covered under the extractive industry as well as one of the part of the primary industry. Okay, the product of this industry are either directly consumed or used as a raw material by the other industry. Okay, you can see when a coil is given one of the example. Now second classification of primary industry is genetic industry. So this type of industry is engaged in the reproduction or multiplication of plant and animals. Okay, so this industry concerned with the plant and animals. Previous one is the earth and sea. They use the nature resources from the earth and sea. This one is the genetic industry concerned with the plant and animals. For example, plant nurseries, pottery farms, honeybee. Okay, these all are example of genetic industry. Okay. Now, second type of industry is the secondary industry. Secondary. By this way, you can also remember. So they are concerned with the material which have already been produced at the primary stage. For example, manufacturing industry and construction industry is a part of the secondary industry. So in secondary industry, they use the material which is already produced in a primary industry. Okay, and they convert into useful goods for the general public. Now let's see classification of secondary industry. The first part is the manufacturing industry. So this industry engage with the conversion of raw material into finished good. Okay, like cotton convert into cloth. Here one example is given on your screen. You can see cotton convert into goods. This is the textile industry. Textile industry concerned with the secondary industry. In secondary industry concerned with the manufacturing industry. So cotton is the nature resources. It come from the farming activity. The production of cotton is a nature resources. We cannot produce cotton in a factory. It is nature resources by the farming activity. So it is concerned with the primary industry. So whatever produced in primary industry used by the secondary industry and convert into finished good, it is known as a secondary industry. Okay, same way wood convert into the furniture. The wood is the natural resources. The wood industry, wood is the natural resources covered under the primary industry. Secondary industry use this wood and convert this wood into furniture. Okay. Sure. Now see one more example, manufacturing industry. They change the form of goods. Okay, they change the form of goods. Cotton, now form is changed, cloth. Wood, form is changed to the furniture. Same way, so raw material into finished good and thus create the form utility. Okay, this is very important question. Is create the which utilities? Many times this question is arise. It is a form utility. Okay, they change the form of goods. Okay, that's why it is known as a create the form utility. They change the form of the goods. Raw material convert into finished good. Here see one more example. Raw material of cement. Combine this all raw material and convert into the cement. Again, manufacturing industry, they produce consumer goods, industrial goods, and capital goods. It means they produce all types of goods. Consumer goods also means consumer. Generally, we all are the consumer. Okay, industrial goods, which is helpful for production of another goods. Capital goods also they produce. Okay. Now, types of manufacturing industry. So, manufacturing industry first classification is analytical industry. So, in this industry, analysis and separates different element from the same material, like oil refinery. Okay, is covered under the secondary industry. In secondary industry, manufacturing industry, and in manufacturing, it is the analytical industry. So oil is nature resources. Okay, now crude oil. Okay, now this convert into petrol, diesel, kerosene. So this industry, this conversion is done, separation is done in an analytical industry. So this type of industry is known as a analytical industry. From one to many, by this way you can easily remember, from one material to many material. So from the oil to petrol, diesel, kerosene. Okay, separate the element from the one material. So that type of industry is known as a analytical industry. One more point is synthetical industry. It is the opposite of previous one. Is combine various material into a new product. Previous one में क्या होता था? One to many. Here many to one. Okay, they combine more than one material and produce one product. So that type of industry is known as a synthetical industry. Okay, here you can see by using the cement industry, use the lime, silica, magnesium, etc. and convert into the cement. Okay, so many to one and previous one is one to many. By this way you can easily remember both one. One more type of manufacturing industry is the processing industry. So it involves successive stages for manufacturing finished goods. Okay, there are so many steps are there. Step number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and by this way convert raw material into the finished good. Like sugar industry, how they convert sugar cane is the raw material. So sugar cane is again farming activity. Cover under the primary industry. Sugar can convert into sugar. So there are so many steps are in one step. That suppose you enter sugar cane in one machine and directly you will not got the sugar. There are so many steps are there. There are so many process are there. Okay, same way paper making process. So that type of there are number of stages are required. So that type of industry is known as a processing industry. And last one is the assembling industry. Okay, so assemble the different component of the part to make a new product. You already aware about it, like car, TV, computer, mobile phone, etc. They assemble the different part like car, tube, tire, okay, accessories, and they combine this all the product and prepare one product. It is known as a assembling industry. Same way mobile phone also, charger, battery, okay, these all things they combine and prepare one mobile. Same way computer also, keyboard is, you can also see, okay, it is also from the different company also. If you use it from mobile, battery is from the different company, charger is different company. Okay, so they combine all the parts and prepare one product. It is known as a assemble industry. They assemble all the parts, component of the part, and prepare a new product. That type of industry is known as assembling industry. So in manufacturing industry, there are four types of industry are there. Now, second types of secondary industry is construction industry. So construction industry, with the name you can easily understand, engage in construction of building, dams, road, bridge, etc. Okay, they use the product of manufacturing industry and extractive industry. Now, third types of industry is tertiary industry. The tertiary industry, generally they are providing support service to the primary industry and secondary industry as it part of commerce. Okay, so in tertiary industry they're not producing anything, they provide support service to the previous one with primary industry and secondary industry. So all the service activities which are auxiliaries to trade, like transportation, banking, insurance, warehouse, go down, communication, these all services are included in a tertiary industry. They provide support service to the primary and secondary industry. Again, one question is come in exams. Okay, which industry provides support service to the primary and secondary industry? So tertiary industry is provide support service to the primary and secondary industry. Now, what is commerce? This also the classification of business activity classified into two, industry and commerce. Our industry part is completed. Now we discuss about the commerce. Okay, what is commerce? And okay, so commerce means it is concerned with buying, selling, and distribution of commodities, and it is an organized system for exchange of goods and services in between the businessman and the customer. Okay, it is known as a commerce. Okay, so it includes so many things. Okay, it's not include only buying and selling, it's also include the distribution. This is the one type of organized system, exchange of goods and services between businessmen and consumers. Okay, it is also concerned with the marketing aspect of business. Okay, that is supply of right type of goods to the right person at the right time at the right place. In short, if you want to say, commerce means commerce include trade and adds to trade. Generally people believe that commerce means trade, buying and selling of goods and services, but it is wrong. Commerce is a wider concept. Commerce include both the one, trade and auxiliaries to trade, or we can also say trade and adds to trade. So both the things we learn one by one, what is trade and what is adds to trade. So commerce include two things, trade and adds to trade. So definition of commerce, the sum total of all those activity which are involved in the removal of hindrance. Hindrance means difficulties. Okay, you can remember this word easily. It is difficulty in the process of exchange of goods. It is known as a commerce. Again, I want to repeat, the sum total of all those activity which are involved in the removal of difficulties in the process of exchange of goods. Okay, exchange of goods between businessmen and consumers. It is known as a commerce. So based on this definition, we can easily identify the function of commerce. They remove the different difficulties. So commerce remove which type of difficulty? This is also very important topic. Many time in case study, this type of question is asked by the CBSE in board exams. Okay, the first one is the removal of difficulty of person. So it refers to the lack of contact between the producer and customer. Here the trader act as an intermediate among them, and consumer are able to find out the product which they are want for the from the market. Generally, consumer many times they are not aware about the product which is available in the market. So commerce is helpful by marketing, by advertising, and create awareness in a consumer that this type of product is available in a market. So it refers to lack of contact. So commerce is helpful. They remove the problem of the or difficulty of the person. Okay, this is the first function of commerce. Now second one, they also remove the difficulty of the place. Okay, because producer and consumer are in a different place, distant place. Hence, the commodity should be transferred from production center to the customers. And this problem can be solved by the system of commerce by means of transportation, packaging, and insurance. With the help of the transportation, goods is reached from production center to the consumer. Okay. Third function of commerce is it also remove the difficulty of the risk. Okay, so business is uncertain. There are so many types of risks, are man-made, natural also. Okay, goods and property of the business are subject to various risks such as fire, theft, damage, etc. They can be protected by insurance. We cannot remove the risk, but we can minimize the loss by taking the insurance. Okay, so they can be protected by the insurance. You can take the fire insurance and protect the damage because of fire. Okay, so we cannot remove the problems, but we can minimize the loss by taking the insurance. Okay, yes, this is also one of the important removal of hindrance or difficulty of time. So there may be a gap between production and consumption, as the production is carried out in anticipation of future demand. Whatever you produce today, you are not able to sell today itself. It takes time. Okay, so during this time period, this problem can be solved by the warehousing, go down. You can store your goods in a go down warehouse. Okay, so therefore it becomes necessary to store goods until they are sold. Okay, so this problem is solved by the warehouse facility. Again, commerce function. Fifth one, removal of hindrance of knowledge. The knowledge of consumer about the product and services offered by the business organization. It is major problem in business. Like advertising helps in the removal the hindrance of the knowledge among the buyers. Okay, so you can see there are different types of advertisement in newspaper, television, nowadays also on mobile, social media. Okay, so by this way organization try to pass the information about the product, कि our product provide this type of facility, our product features is this. Okay, so by this way they remove the problem of the knowledge. Okay, so this all function is very important. Okay, many time in board exams this type of questions is comes. Okay, which services remove which type of problems. Yes, one more, removal of difficulty of finance. Okay, you can see that without finance business can't run successfully. Okay, the problem of finance can be handled by the banks which form a part of commerce. It will also help the businessman in exchange of money between different person at the different places. Online payment, so bank is provide the services for removal of difficulty of finance. They also provide the loan also, and bank is also helpful for transaction between two person, means buyer and sellers. So you can see the list of function. So removal of hindrance of the person, place, risk, time, knowledge, and finance. These all are the function of commerce. Is classified into trade and auxiliaries to trade. In previous slide, we have discussed the function of commerce. Now, we discuss about what is trade, its types, then after auxiliaries to trade. So trade means buying and selling of goods which involves the exchange of commodity for money or money worth. It is known as a trade. In simple words, we can, if you want to say buying and selling of goods and services, it is known as a trade. Now again, trade classify into main two category: home trade and foreign trade. So home trade means it is also known as domestic trade or internal trade. I think in lower class also you already studied this one. So buying and selling of goods within the country, and both the buyer and seller should be belong to the same nation. So that type of trade is known as a home trade or internal trade or domestic trade. So this type of trade is concerned with the place of buyer and seller. If buyer and seller both are the same nation, then that type of trade is known as the domestic trade or internal trade. Here you can see the trade between Mumbai and Kochi, where both are the same nation of India. Again, home trade divided into two categories: wholesale trade and retail trade. So wholesale, with the name you can easily understand, buying and selling in a large quantity, is concerned with the quantity. If you do the buying and selling in a large quantity, then it is known as a wholesale trade. Generally, wholesale trade is done by the wholesaler. The wholesaler buy goods directly from the manufacturer or producer and sells them to the retailer. Now, retail trade, second types of trade. So, buying and selling of goods in a small quantity, it is known as a retail trade. Large quantity, it is known as a wholesale trade. Okay, a retail trader buy goods from the wholesaler and sell to the customer. Okay, so one more question is come, is the link between wholesaler and consumer. It is the retailer. The retailer is the link between wholesaler and consumer. Same way, wholesaler is the link between manufacturer and retailer. So these things also you have to remember. This type of question also comes in exams. The link between wholesaler and retailer, link between retailer and consumer. Okay, the wholesaler is link between manufacturer and retailer, and retailer is link between wholesaler and customer. Okay, now foreign trade divided into three category, home trade divided into two category. Okay, same way, foreign trade divided into three category: import, export, and intraport. I already say in lower class, I think in class 10 you already learned about this. So let's discuss one by one. So foreign trade means what? It is also known as external trade or international trade. So foreign trade is also known as external trade or international trade. It involves the buying and selling of goods and services in between the person belong to two or more countries. If you we can say it is both the buyer and seller are from the different nation. If same nation, it is internal trade. If buyer and seller are different nation, then it is known as a external trade. Trade between India and China, trade between India and USA. This is the example of foreign trade. Now, foreign trade again classify into export, import, and intraport. So, export means sale of goods to the foreign country. It is known as a export. Okay, India sold goods to the USA. So, India export the goods. Okay, same way import means purchase of goods from the foreign country. If India buy or purchase from the China, USA, then it is known as a India import the goods, purchase of goods from the foreign country. Yes, this is important concept. Intraport, third types of trade, foreign trade. Okay, so importing goods from one country for the purpose of exporting them to another countries. Okay, so intraport is for the re-export. Intraport is for the re-export. Import from one country for the purpose of exporting to the other country. Okay, see one example on your screen. England, okay, import to India, and India then export to the China. Okay, so intraport is done when there is a no good relation between two countries. Okay, then intraport is very useful. Okay, whatever you want and that goods is available with the country, but that country have a you not have a good relation, political relation or business relation, okay, or any other problems are there, then you can appoint as an intermediate country. Okay, and that type of trade is known as an intraport. Okay, so again you can see this is a classification of trade. Home trade, foreign trade. Home trade again divided into wholesale trade, retail trade. Foreign trade divided into import, export, and intraport. Okay, now next one is the adds to trade. This is also known as auxiliaries to trade. This is the second part of commerce. Commerce divided into two category trade. So I have already completed the portion of the first portion is trade. Now auxiliaries to trade or adds to trade. So adds to trade means the activity, the activities which assist, means they provide support to trade, are called adds to trade or auxiliaries to trade. Means all that type of activity they provide support to the trade. So that type of activity is known as adds to trade or auxiliaries to trade. So this type of services you can see adds to trade includes the transportation, banking, insurance, warehouse, advertising. These all services include in the adds to trade. These all services provide support to the trade. Now trade means buying and selling. Okay, so these services enterprises facilitate movement, finance, risk coverage, storage, and sales promotion of the goods. These all things we already learn in a function of commerce. These all are the function of commerce. Okay, now see how transportation and communication have to trade. So usually production take place in a certain location and consumption all over the country. So this problem is removed by transportation through various modes such as road, rail, or water transport. Okay, so transportation remove the problem of the place. Okay, along with transportation, communication is also very essential, which helps the producer, trader, and consumer in exchange of information. Postal services, telephones, nowadays email, through social media, and other modern means of communication may be regarded as a auxiliaries to business activity. Second one, banking and finance. So all business concern need funds for acquiring assets, raw material, and meeting day-to-day expenses like purchase of raw material, payment of salary, wages, electricity bill. If you want to start a business, you need the finance. So this finance is provided by the bank. Okay, finance is the foundation of all the business provided by the bank. Okay, finance is the lifeblood. Okay, one author compare finance with the lifeblood. If from the human body, if blood is not there, then there is a dead. Same way in business, if there is no finance, then business is dead. Okay, same way the finance is the foundation of all business, and this finance is provided by the bank. How bank help the business? The bank accept deposit from the public and provide credit facility for business. They lend money in form of bank overdraft, cash credit, loan, discounting of bill, collection of check, and so many other facility they provide to the businessmen. Okay, various services to the business communities. Third one is the insurance. Okay, so insurance provide the protection against the risk of loss due to accident, fire, earthquake, theft, damage of goods in stock and transit. On payment of a nominal amount called premium, the amount of loss or damage is compensated by insurance company. So during the function of commerce, I already say we cannot avoid the risk, but we can minimize the loss due to risk. Okay, so by payment of nominal amount, this nominal amount we have to pay to insurance company. Then this amount, there is a commercial term is premium, insurance premium. Okay, and insurance company provide the protection against the different risk. Fourth one, warehouse. Okay, the production is always in anticipation of future demands, so that the products are to be kept in a good condition until they are sold. Okay, so during function also there is a time gap between production and sales. So during this time period, you have to store your goods in a some place. That place is known as warehouse or go down. The warehouse provide the facility storage of goods and stabilize price by equalizing supplies. Fifth one is the advertising. It helps to reach millions of customers for promoting sales and giving information about the product. Okay, that this provide or remove the difficulty of knowledge. Okay, so advertising, thus advertising makes possible marketing of goods and services on large scale. There are different media are there, news. Okay, nowadays you can also use the internet. Okay, so these all are the as to trade, auxiliaries to trade, transportation and communication, banking and finance, insurance, warehouse, and advertising. Dear friends, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you. If you have any difficulty, doubt, you are free to ask. Write your difficulty, any questions in comment. I will reply as early as possible. In next slide, we are discussing about objective of business. Again, I want to say, if you don't see part 1 and part 2, first see video of part 1 and part 2, then after you can see the part 3. Thank you. Have a nice day.